There are lots of things to see and do in Nassau, Bahamas, and Margaritaville is something I didn't expect to find and certainly will fall into the category of something different. It's a short walk from the cruise port and something you will likely not find offered in your ship's excursion package. That certainly does not mean it's not worth doing. The best way I can describe it is a vacation experience within a cruise vacation. It's a resort that welcomes day guests to use their pool, lazy river, splash park, and other amenities. It's not free, and one of my goals is to help you understand if it's worth your time and money. If you want to explore and experience Margaritaville, the first thing that you'll have to do is simply walk off the ship. And that's the great thing about Nassau. It's one of the busiest ports, but there's no tendering. That means there's a pier right there. You simply walk off the ship and walk into this town center that looks surreal. It looks like it's something out of a Disney movie. However, it is one of the newest ports in the Caribbean, and you can see all the bright, pretty colors. The downside is that you will have to walk there. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk, but getting there is not a problem. Simply walk out the port and stay to your right. If you want to avoid the walk, then you can simply take a taxi. It will cost you $5 per person and they will drive you there in about 2 minutes. There are lots of different things to see and do in Nassau, Bahamas, and if you're interested in all the possibilities of how you can spend your time, simply click the link to this video, which is my Nassau port video. Something that you need to know is that Margaritaville is open to the public. What that means is that you can walk in and there's a section that you can explore, you can shop, you can do a lot of different things. However, there's a paid section. This is the section that we're going to go to and show you what that has to offer, where you need a pass or wristband, some kind of mechanism in order to get in. It's going to cost you some money. It's not going to be a free experience. If you want a day pass, you pay for it here at the front desk. The pass, in my opinion, pretty expensive. A day pass for an adult is going to be about $110. However, for a child, you're looking around $55. The images that you're going to see first right here are going to be of the shopping area that's open to the general public. This is the lobby of the hotel, and if you simply walk throughout the lobby, you're going to find a restaurant where you can buy food, a bar area. There's going to be several shopping, retail opportunities experience, retail therapy experiences, and also places that you can sit down, relax, and just enjoy the Bahamas. However, if you want to get to the paid section, I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a minute, but that's going to, again, cost you around $100 a person. Once we go outside, it's going to be broken down into two different types of experiences. First, there's going to be the paid experience, which is the water park, and then there's the beach experience, which is directly next to Junkanoo Beach. For the most part, both the beach access and water park are going to be open during the times your ship's in port. For the pool and beach access, we're looking at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then for the water park, it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is an overview of what the entire resort looks like. And as you can see, it is right next to the cruise port. In the very distance, you saw the cruise ships. And this right here is Junkanoo Beach, which is right next door. In my opinion, and this is subjective, it's based on me, the top attraction to this resort is going to be the lazy river. It goes under bridges and it's a long lazy river. It goes through waterfalls, it goes in caves and different types of man-made structures. So it is a really immersive experience. If you have young kids, they are going to enjoy. And the price cutoff for young kids is at 12 years old. So that's around $55 to $60 for young kids. It does offer you lounge chairs and umbrella. Those are included with your pass along with towels. It does have directional signs, however, that's mostly for show. It's not a large water park. It's really impossible for you to get lost. So there's no real need to worry about where your kids are going to go. It's all kind of closed in. You really have to work to try to get out. It does have a variety of different seatings. It has a lush green environment, palm trees, and different flora and decor. Really nice, comfortable loungers, beautiful colors right next to the beach. There's a lot to see and do here. And I think, again, if you have kids, they are really going to enjoy this water park. There is food available for you to buy here. However, it's not included with your day pass, so you have to pay an extra fee for that. The food is going to cost you around $25 for a meal. Drinks are going to be around $16. You can get some as low as $10, but for the most part, you're going to pay for that separately, and it could run the bill up quite a bit and make it very expensive. Right after the lazy river, the number 2 attraction, at least in my book, is going to be the water park. Now, I gotta be honest with you, it is not a very big water park. In fact, some water parks aboard cruise ships are quite larger than this. It does have a slide, it has a few squirt guns, things for kids to do, but it's not, in my opinion, a phenomenal water park. I certainly hope you've enjoyed the material so far. This is how I make a living. If there's one thing that you can do to help support me and also help other people find this information, it's just simply hit the like button. If you really enjoy the information, you want to do me a major solid, hit the subscribe. Working down the list, the next major thing for you to do is going to be the pool. The pool area is very large. It's not a wave pool. The water is very still and calm. It goes down to as much as 3 feet, but it is a pretty nice pool. If you have young kids, they're going to love this pool area. Very nice. One of the great things about the park is that you don't have to bring your own towels from the cruise ship. So that's one less thing that you have to bring with you. Also, there are lockers available. The downside is that the lockers do cost $6 per locker. And also they have free complimentary Wi-Fi and a variety of different seatings throughout the entire park. Not a tremendous amount. Most of the things that you're going to find are going to be beach chair loungers, but there are different varieties of seating. If for whatever reason you don't return your towel or locker key, there is a $25 charge for each. If you have a spirit of adventure, there is a wave rider, also known as a flow rider, that's available for you. Something to keep in mind is that this is a resort. What that means is that there are going to be people here who are going to be on vacation who have nothing to do with your cruise ship or don't live in Nassau, Bahamas. And if you go upstairs to the upper level, which is what I'm doing right now, this is what you'll find. However, this area is lush, it's beautiful, but the downside is it's not available to the guests that have a day pass. I was up here by accident, realized it, and then had to go back. And as you can see, it has a pretty nice infinity pool. Let's talk a little bit about safety as we head outside. Margaritaville is about a 15-minute walk from the cruise port, which means you're going to be getting closer into the interior of the Bahamas, although you're going to be entirely along the ocean. Now, as I was walking there were plenty of police officers. In fact, there's always a security presence around. The reason why is because the Bahamas relies heavily on tourism in order to pay for its schools, its roads, its airports, its everything. Safety of guests is going to be paramount. The entire area surrounding Margaritaville is entirely safe. I did mention earlier that it butts up right against Junkanoo Beach, and the great thing is that it has its own private beach area, and there are security staff out here to prevent locals from coming over. And as you can see, there are a lot of apparatus and different things that you can do, but these are at an additional cost. So even if you have the wristband and you paid to be able to be in Margaritaville, you're not going to be able to use any of these watercrafts without paying an additional charge. You're going to be able to use the chairs and the umbrellas, and the best part about being here is that it is not crowded. If you've ever been to Junkanoo Beach, it's going to be people all over the place on top of each other, but as you can see, the water park area is in the background, the hotel is right behind that, and the beach area is pristine, it's beautiful, and it is not crowded. If you are a guest aboard a Margarita brand cruise ship, and yes, there are Margaritaville ships out there, and you come to Nassau, do you have free access to Margaritaville Nassau? And the answer to that is unfortunately no. If you have mobility challenges and you wanted to come here, that's not going to be a problem at all. The entire route leaving here is a paved route. This is directly behind the resort. You can see the ships in the distance. This is what Junkanoo Beach right next to Margaritaville looks like. You can see there's a bit of a separation, and you can see the difference in decor style. It's extremely crowded, like a mismatch of chairs and umbrellas and everything else like that. So the best part about going to Margaritaville is that you escape all of this, and it's just chaotic and sometimes people trying to sell you stuff. You can't really get a chair that's close to the ocean. So if you want a vacation tropical experience, that is, in my opinion, the best part about going to Margaritaville. You avoid the entire hustle and bustle of Nassau, Bahamas. The next shot right here, I just want to show you what the quality of the water looks like outside the beach. You can see it is crystal clear. It's at times a little rocky at places, but for the most part, the sand is going to be white. It's going to be an absolute beautiful experience. You can snorkel. I recommend you bring your own snorkel gear to save the expense of having to rent your snorkel. And you're going to see what it looks like. You're going to see fish. You're going to see a bunch of different animal, wildlife down there. Look at this. These are hundreds of fish. And I can't say they're going to be there when you're there, but when I was there, just take a look. There are thousands of fish down there. When it comes to the beach quality and experience, it's going to be the same at Margaritaville versus right next door at Junkanoo. In fact, one can argue that the beach experience and snorkeling opportunities at Junkanoo Beach is going to be better than at Margaritaville. If you're interested in what's it like to be at Junkanoo Beach and exploring all your options, please see my video that's linked immediately after this video concludes. One of the downside, maybe the upside of staying at Margaritaville is you miss out on the Bahamian culture. Some people don't like it. They don't like to be hassled and fussed at once they get out the cruise port, while others, don't have a problem with it. This is something that they look forward to. They look forward to having that cultural experience, having great music, experience a different culture, and eating different foods. And you're not going to find that in Margaritaville. The food that you're going to find in Margaritaville is going to be catered towards American taste, so you're not going to have that true, rich Caribbean Bahamian experience. Margaritaville is certainly a different way to see Nassau. However, is it worth it? If you have a family of 4, you're looking at over $500 just in order to get inside and experience the water park. If you're looking at a beach experience, it's equivalent when it comes to beach quality as Junkanoo Beach. One would argue that Junkanoo Beach is better. The big advantage that Margaritaville has over, say, any other place in the Caribbean that's close to port is that you're going to have a hassle, worry-free experience, and also you don't have to deal with all the riffraffs, loud music, maybe cursing, and just some of the other challenges that happen in the bar area when it comes to Junkanoo Beach, which is right next door.